Hey everybody, thank you for joining us at relaxbbq.com. Today we're going to make one of my cold night favorite tacos. These things I like to call burnt in carnitas. It's not your typical carnita because what we do is we take a pork butt, we cut it up into little pieces just like you would a pork belly, cook it almost just like you would do burnt ends, except for it's going to be made into a taco with seasonings from Meat Church with a fajita seasoning, a little bit of honey hog. It's going to turn out like this, and you're going to want to eat this. Let's go ahead and do it. Okay, let's go ahead and throw these burnt in carnitas together. It's pretty simple. We're going to take this 4.5 pound pork butt. We're going to cut it into cubes like you do the pork belly burnt ends. Same idea, just it's pork butt instead of a pork belly. So let's go ahead and chop this up. I'm not gonna make you go through the whole thing, but I want to cut off one piece for you to show how I do it. You just take it. I'm not gonna worry about the fat all that much. Just cut them and cut them into little cubes like you would a pork belly, like this. That's it. So I'll be right back. Let me cut all this up and we'll go back. Okay, so now I've got this pork butt cut into 1-inch cubes. I'm gonna go ahead and season them up with some fajita seasoning from Meat Church and also some honey hog from Meat Church. The reason why I use those two is I want a little bit of sugar from the honey hog and I want the flavor from the fajita. So let's go ahead, we're just gonna sprinkle them up, get a good amount of seasoning on there so that they actually burn up like burnt ends. I'm gonna be pretty liberal. This Meat Church fajita seasoning has a lot of black pepper. So now we're done with the fajita from Meat Church. I'm gonna use a little bit of this honey hog. Like I said, this is for the sugar. I want them to burn a little bit. Or not burn, but get blackened. I don't know, maybe a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of that. Mix them together. What I'm looking for is a pretty good even coating. I might not have used enough, but we'll see here in a second. That Meat Church fajita changes the color of this pork butt. It'll look real good once they've been on here for a couple hours. Add a little bit more of this fajita seasoning. A little bit more sugar too. There's not going to be any sugar in the sauce that we're going to make, so any of this burnt is going to be from the sugar in that honey hog. Okay, those look pretty good. Now what I like to do is I like to use a pizza pan. Just stack them on there. Pretty easy. Try to space them out evenly to where the smoke can get all around. I'm using some oak smoke. I've got the pit going at 275 right now. I like to do these a little bit higher temp because they're actually going to finish cooking in this braising liquid that's going to turn into our carnita sauce. Spread them all out here. Okay, now let's throw them on the pit. Okay, here we go. 275 oak smoke. And I'm just going to set this straight on just like that. And I'm going to come back in maybe hour to check on them. I'll check on about every hour. Should take about 2 hours to get to the point to where I want. Then we're gonna throw them in the braising sauce. Okay, so it's been about an hour. Let's take a look at these. Temperatures have been hovering right around 250 or so. Oh yeah, see, they're looking good. See, they're looking like more like a burnt end now. So all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna flip these around. You can see those big black pieces of pepper. See that right there? It's starting to fall apart a little bit. Just gonna turk these and move them around a little bit. They look like they're getting pretty close to where I want them. So I'm gonna let them go for 30 more minutes in the smoke. Then we're gonna put them in that braising sauce and make us some carnitas. Okay, see y'all in about 30 minutes. Okay, so it's been about an hour. We're at 350 degrees. Let's take a look and see what it looks like. Should be pretty good. Yep. See how that liquid's reducing down? Just how we want it. We're just gonna stir it up. The tops of those that were sitting out of the liquid are getting all dark. What we're gonna do next is, this is a key. We're gonna take about a cup or so of this liquid before it all goes away, and we're gonna use that as our liquid to cook on when we cook the tortillas. We're gonna fry the tortillas up. So we're just gonna get a little bit of that. It's just gonna be our little basting sauce. It'll help crisp up the tortillas when it's time to do that. Okay, going for another hour. We're trying not to break these up, but they look good. They'll be ready in an hour. Okay, so it's been about an hour. Let's take a look at this one more time. That is perfect. So they're turning into, sauce is going away. It's getting real thick. We still want some sauce because those tacos taste good when you add sauce to it. We can go ahead and take the bay leaves out. Nobody wants to eat those. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get this off the pit, and then we're gonna put on a griddle, and we're gonna smash these up and get them nice and crispy, and do the same with some tortillas. Okay, so now that we've got everything done, let's go ahead and throw these tacos together. What I've got is, I've got my griddle. It's nice and hot. It's about 350 still. I'm just gonna pour a little bit of this on here. Gonna take it like this. We're gonna cook these tortillas that way. Just gonna do 2 for now. Then I'm gonna take about two tacos worth of carnitas, and we're gonna throw that on there too. That's a small taco. Let's get a little bit more. Oh yeah, you can smell it. You can smell, ooh. What we're gonna do with these is, we wanna get a nice crispy edge. So they're pretty tender, so if you see, they'll kind of split apart. And I just wanna get a good crisp on those. Add a little bit more. There we go. Look at our tortillas. There we go. Throw them on that side. I'm gonna throw a little bit more of this sauce in there. Get those nice and crispy. Then we'll just turn these around. Yeah, see they're crisping up. Let these cook off for a couple seconds. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes. I've let these tortillas, they've cooked on both sides. They look nice and good. So now let's just build some tacos. It's gonna be really simple. Just gonna take your tortillas, set them in there, set it in there. Then we're just gonna take our meat, which has gotten nice and crispy. It's even black on some parts. Just where you want it to be, nice crispy pieces. Gonna set it right in there. These are gonna be some thick tacos. Okay, so now that we have our tacos built, there's only 2 things left. A little bit of cilantro, a little bit of white onion, a little bit of lime juice, and now you've got your tacos. Thank you all so much for joining. Remember, relax and keep on queuing.